Delphi, Indiana, a town where time seemed to drift along the currents of Deer Creek. Green hills rolled beneath a vast Midwestern sky. The heart of Delphi beat in its historic town square. Brick storefronts housed mom-and-pop shops, their awnings shading the sidewalks from the summer sun. Locals gathered at the local diner, sharing coffee and gossip. The first hints of autumn were beginning to paint the leaves, a subtle reminder that nothing stays the same. Delphi existed in a state of quiet beauty, unaware it was about to become forever entangled with a tragedy. The darkness was coming, creeping in like the lengthening shadows of the setting sun. Abigail Williams and Liberty German were inseparable, two bright souls navigating the bridge between childhood and adolescence. Abby, 13, possessed a contagious laugh and a love for all things theatrical. Libby, 14, was known for her kind heart and her talent for photography. Their friendship was a comforting constant in their ever-changing young lives. February 13, 2017, dawned like any other winter day in Delphi. The air was crisp, carrying with it the promise of snow. Abby and Libby, full of the boundless energy of youth, were eager to make the most of their day off from school. The Monon High Bridge, an abandoned railroad track stretching high above Deer Creek, was a local landmark and a favorite spot for the girls. Libby, ever the budding photographer, documented their adventure. These images, unknowingly captured in the last hours of their lives, would become heartbreaking reminders of the innocence lost. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows through the woods, a sense of unease settled over Delphi. The girls were late, their usual return time passed with no sign of them. Whispers of worry turned to frantic calls between parents and friends. The tranquility of the day was shattered, replaced by a growing fear that snaked its way through the community. The search began, a desperate race against the fading light. Volunteers fanned out across the trails, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. Each rustle of leaves, every snapping twig, fueled a desperate hope that the girls would be found safe. But as the hours ticked by, the silence became deafening. The next morning, the news rippled through Delphi like a shockwave. The serene landscape, once a source of comfort and recreation, was now a crime scene. The town held its breath, united in disbelief and a grief so profound it was suffocating. Grief washed over Delphi in waves, relentless and overwhelming. The town, once a tapestry of individual lives, was now bound together by a shared tragedy. Candlelight vigils illuminated the night, flickering flames reflecting in the tear-streaked faces of mourners. Thousands gathered, their shared grief a tangible presence in the cold winter air. The community rallied around the families of Abby and Libby, offering what comfort they could in the face of unimaginable loss. Meals were shared, errands were run, shoulders were offered to cry on. The outpouring of support was a testament to the strong bonds that held Delphi together. But beneath the surface of shared grief and unwavering support, a current of fear began to flow. The innocence of childhood, once a given in Delphi, was now tinged with a newfound awareness of the darkness that lurked in the shadows. The investigation into the murders of Abby and Libby became the town's singular focus. The eyes of the nation turned to Delphi, drawn in by the heartbreaking story of two young lives lost in such a serene and seemingly safe place. The media descended, their cameras capturing the anguish etched on the faces of residents and the tireless efforts of law enforcement. The faces of Abby and Libby, frozen in time in their school pictures, became achingly familiar, appearing on flyers, billboards, and television screens across the country. As weeks turned into months, the initial shock began to give way to a gnawing frustration. The killer remained at large, a phantom haunting the woods and the minds of Delphi's residents. The lack of answers, the absence of an arrest, hung over the town like a dense fog, fueling speculation and suspicion. The tranquility that had once defined life in this small Indiana town felt like a distant memory. The weight of the unsolved case pressed down on Delphi, neighbors eyeing each other with suspicion, strangers in town met with distrust. The once familiar faces of their community now seemed to hold hidden secrets, every resident a potential suspect until proven innocent. The police, working tirelessly to bring the perpetrator to justice, released grainy images of the suspect captured on Libby's phone. A man walking on the bridge, his face obscured by a hat in the low resolution of the image. His voice, chillingly calm, echoed from the phone, instructing the girls to go down the hill. These snippets, shared with the public in the hopes of a break in the case, served only to heighten the tension and fear gripping Delphi. The national spotlight, while intended to aid in the investigation, began to feel intrusive. The constant media attention, while well-intentioned, amplified the tragedy, making it difficult for residents to find any semblance of normalcy. Through the heartache and uncertainty, the families of Abby and Libby remained pillars of strength and resilience. Their grief, raw and immeasurable, was coupled with an unwavering determination to see justice served. They became the voices of their daughters, their faces constant fixtures in the media, their pleas for information a heartbreaking reminder of the lives lost. Carrie Timmons, Libby's grandmother, emerged as a beacon of hope. Her voice, though laced with sorrow, resonated with a quiet strength. She refused to let the fear paralyze the community her granddaughter loved. She organized searches, fundraisers, and memorials, her dedication to keeping the girls' memories alive a source of inspiration for many. The people of Delphi responded to the family's strength with an outpouring of support. They attended vigils, donated to reward funds, and hung purple ribbons, Abby's favorite color, throughout the town. The residents of Delphi, bound by tragedy, refused to let their small town become defined by it. The Delphi case highlighted a chilling intersection of technology and crime. The girls' own cell phones, particularly Libby's quick thinking in recording audio and video of the suspect, became crucial pieces of evidence. The digital footprint left behind on that February day would prove invaluable to investigators, offering glimpses into the final moments of the girls' lives. The grainy image and chilling audio clip of the suspect, released to the public, were shared widely online. Social media platforms became virtual bulletin boards, with armchair detectives and concerned citizens alike dissecting every detail, proposing theories, and sharing potential leads. The digital world, for all its complexities, offered a new avenue for seeking justice. The case garnered national attention, drawing in experts from various fields. The pursuit of justice had entered the digital age, a testament to the evolving nature of crime solving in the 21st century. Despite the long shadow cast by the tragedy, Delphi refused to be defined by it. The town clung to its spirit of resilience, demonstrating a remarkable ability to heal while honoring the memory of the girls they had lost. Annual softball tournaments and memorial walks were organized, each event a poignant reminder of Abby and Libby's vibrant spirits and the impact they had on their community. The bridge, once a symbol of carefree adventure, became a place of pilgrimage. Visitors from far and wide came to pay their respects, leaving behind flowers, teddy bears, and messages of hope scrawled on stones. The community found solace in shared grief, but also in shared purpose. They channeled their grief into positive action, working tirelessly to keep the girls' memories alive through scholarships, community projects, and advocacy for improved safety measures. Delphi, forever marked by the tragedy, chose to face the future with courage and determination. Years may have passed, but the quest for justice for Abby and Libby continues. The investigation, though at times seemingly at a standstill, is far from cold. Law enforcement remains dedicated to bringing the perpetrator to justice, meticulously following every lead, analyzing every piece of evidence, and holding on to the belief that the truth will prevail. The residents of Delphi, while carrying the weight of the unsolved case, have learned to navigate their lives with a newfound resilience. They hold on to the hope that one day, the person responsible for shattering their peace will be held accountable, and the girls will finally receive the justice they deserve. The case serves as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk in unexpected places, but also of the incredible strength of the human spirit. The story of Delphi is one of unfathomable loss, but also one of unwavering love, enduring hope, and the power of community in the face of unimaginable adversity. The search for answers in Delphi continues, driven by a collective desire to honor the memory of two young lives lost and to reclaim the peace that was stolen on a cold February day.